Hello students, how are you all? Are you fine? In previous class, we have discussed about the provision of advance payment of the tax. We have discussed about the provision of section 207, section 208, 209, 210, 211, section 234, B, C. Now, I, Dr. Lal Babu Jaiswal, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Commerce, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, India, is going to present the numerical aspects of advance payment of the tax. In previous class, we have also discussed what are the needs where the advance payment of the tax process are made. So, dear friends, so how the advance tax is calculated? How the advance payment of the tax installment is calculated? Dear student, to compute the volume of advance tax, to compute the burden of the advance tax, we need to know the full knowledge of the tax slab rate, tax slab amount, tax rate on long-term capital gain, casual income and other income, as well as under both types of regime, and also known what are the process to find out the gross total income. Gross total income is an income of sum of 5 heads. First head is income from salary, second income from house property, income from business and profession, capital gain and other sources. The sum of income of 5 heads is called the gross total income. After finding the gross total income, the total income is computed. To find out the total income under the new tax regime or old tax regime, there are some types of deductions under chapter 6A are taken place, and after the calculation, after the calculated amount of the total income, it is required to compute the volume of the tax. Volume of the tax means amount of the tax, and after computation of the amount of tax, it is required to compute the installment amount of advance payment of the tax. Installment amount we have discussed already in previous class. There are 4 types of installment. Hello student, hello, कहाँ देख रहे हो? Please. There are 4 types of installment. First, on 15 June, 15 September, 15 December and 15 March. 15%, 30%, again 30% and 25%. Dear student, a person who does not have the income from PGBP and income tax not more than 10,000, they no need to pay the volume of tax in advance. But it is the revised provision, if the volume of the tax is more than 10,000, the person, the assessee, either individual or as well as company assessee is required to pay the volume of tax in advance on the basis of section 211 of Income Tax Act 1961. We know Income Tax Act 1961 having 298 sections and subsections including 14 schedules. Out of 298 sections and subsections, there are one section which is called the 211, and 211 is related to the installments of the amount of advance payment of the tax. Okay, so dear students, with these words I am going to discuss with the help of some numerical question how the advance payment of the tax is computed. So hello students, attention please. Case number 1. Shreya, a resident of India, age 48 years, less than 60 years, has a gross revenue rupees 20 lakh. We have no 20 lakh rupees, but I am reading 20 lakh rupees. हेलो स्टूडेंट, अकाउंट का टीचर, टैक्स के टीचर पास में पैसे तो नहीं होते, लेकिन वो खूब बड़ी बड़ी अमाउंट लिखता है. नाउ आई एम राइटिंग रुपीज 20 लाख, बट राइट नाउ आई एम नॉट 20 लाख रुपीज. तो 20 लाख भी फ्रॉम हर बिजनेस. सी एस्टिमेट हर एक्सपेंसेस रुपीज 13 lakh. She had also been contributing towards PPF. PPF means Public Provident Fund. Very, very important fund. Each and every person should have an account of PPF to meet out the future needs. future financial obligations. Dear student, and LIC premium amounting rupees 80,000 and 60,000 respectively. TDS deducted rupees 10,000. Interest income from fixed deposit is rupees 15,000. What are the advance tax implication if she opts the default tax regime? Default tax regime means new tax regime, bhai. Many times I have talked default tax regime, new tax regime. Sir, why new regime is called default? Because at the time of submitting the ITR at the government portal income tax department, this is already opt. If you change, so then you can option to change from new tax regime to old tax regime for the assessment year 2025 and 26. Dear students, this is such a types of situation. The advance payment of the tax is a such types of situation where the tax is computed in advance. We have not earned the income. We have not received the income. There are estimated income on which the tax is paid, and such types of tax is called advance payment of the tax. Hello students, so with this question I am going to discuss the solution of this question. Gross revenue rupees 20 lakh. 20 lakh rupees, out of 20 lakh 13 lakh rupees is deducted because it is admissible expenses under section 36 and 37 of Income Tax Act 1961 under the PGBP. PGBP means profit gains from business and profession. कितनी बार बताएं भाई? PGBP, profit gains from business profession. So then resulting figure minus, after the minus, the 7 lakh rupees income from businesses has been arrived. Dear student, second one is income from other sources. Other sources income is also called residuary heads of the income. Residuary heads of income, sir, क्या है? What is this? The incomes which have not been taken place preceding 4 heads will be included under the head of income from other sources. So this head is called residuary heads of the income. Sir, it is necessary to say no, you can say income from other sources in simple term. Okay, so after the finding out the gross total income, which is 7,15,000, we have required to deduct the deduction under the new tax regime, under the default tax regime. But in this question, PPF contribution and LIC premium is related to the section 80C of deduction chapter 6A, but sir, what but section 80C is not allowed. Is not allowed means is disallowed to deduct as a deduction. So then 0 is showing on the solution under this slide. So total income and gross total income both will be same, 7,15,000. After the computing the amount of gross total income as well as total income, bachcho, it is required to compute the volume of the tax, and the computation of volume of the tax is showing in this slide. Bachcho, please attention. Up to rupees 3 lakh, no amount of tax. From rupees 3 lakh to 7 lakh, sir, before इसके पहले 6 lakh था. Yes, attention please. Now it is increased by rupees 1 lakh. So up to rupees 3 lakh, no amount of tax. Up to rupees 7 lakh, it means from 3 lakh to 7 lakh, there are 4 lakh at the rate of 5%. सर 4 लाख का 5% 20,000 होता है. अरे भाई 4 लाख इंटू 5%, 4-5 जब टेबल आता है ना, 20,000 is computed. And on balance, sir, why balance? Next slab is not. Next slab is 7 lakh to 10 lakh. 7 lakh to 10 lakh, and the income is only income is less than 10 lakh. So balance amount 15,000 because total income is 7 lakh 15,000. So 7 lakh 15,000, 7 lakh 15,000 minus 7 lakh 15,000 minus 7 lakh is equal to 15,000. 15,000 का 10% 1500, तो 20,000 और 1500 दोनों को ऐड कर लिया तो 21,500 and 21,500 4% HEC is calculated. तो 215 4 जा 215 4 जा 860, तो 860 is HEC. Sir, why this surcharge is not calculated in this question? Arey bhai, you know, if the total income is less than 50 lakh rupees, so there is no surcharge is computed. Yes, 7,50,000. In this question, the total income is given, so surcharge is not computed. So, dear student, total tax 22,360. And TDS is deducted. TDS means tax deduction at sources. Sir, TDS or TCS means if any difference is laid down, yes. TCS and TDS both are different. I will tell you next class under the head of tax deduction at sources and collection at sources. So dear students, 22,360 minus 10,000 is equal to 12,360. So 12,360 is the amount of net tax. Sir, ये जो 20,360 है, it is also called gross tax. Yes, bhai, it is also called gross tax. After deducting the TDS, the finding value is called the net tax. So net tax and net tax payable में if any difference is any difference, no difference. So after calculating the net tax, it is required to calculate the amount of tax on the installment basis. So in this slide, first installment is on 15 June, 15% 15% of total income, total tax, and second installment 30% of total tax, and third installment again 30%. Sir, you have written 45%, 75%. No, there is no need to confuse. There is no need to be confused. 45% minus 15%, 75% minus 45%, and on last installment 100 minus 75% is equal to 25%. So this slide represents how the volume of tax is computed, how the advance tax is computed, and what are the percentage and what are the dates. So with this discussion, I hope you all got each and every point regarding the case number 1. So again, I am going to discuss the case number 2. Mr. Kapoor. Mr. Kapoor. So who is Kapoor? Kapoor is assessee. Mr. Kapoor, age 52 years, has the following income. Financial year, sir. Financial year is also called the previous year. Yes, 24-25. Taxable income salary 12 lakhs. Net rate income 2 lakh. LTCG, मतलब long term capital gain from share of security 2,50,000. Interest from debenture of a company rupees 10,000 after TDS 1,000. After TDS 1,000. Investment in NSC. Investment in NSC means National Saving Certificate. In the case of National Saving Certificate, it is the deduction under the head of 80C very famous investment avenue is NSC, National Savings Certificate. What is his advanced tax liability as per old regime? Old regime means old tax regime. Old tax regime. So dear students, with the help of this slide, I am able to discuss and explain first salary income 12 lakh, second income from house property 2 lakhs, capital gain long term 2 lakh 50,000, income from other sources from the debenture of a company 10,000, total amount will be included 16 lakh 60,000. Out of 16 lakh 16,000, deduction from 80C to 80U under the 80C investment NSC will be deducted. Then the resulting figure will be treated as a total income. Total income means total income which is arrived after the deduction. Total income is given under section 2 subsection 45 of Income Tax Act 1961. अरे भूल गए क्या आप? पहले क्लास में बताए थे ना, सेक्शन 2 सबसेक्शन 45. It is the related the total income. Yes sir, I have remembered. Yes. So after computing the total income, this slide represents the computation of tax liability. How the tax liability is computed under the old tax regime? First, on long-term capital gain at the rate of 20%. Long-term capital gain 20%. 2,50,000 का 20%, 50,000. On balance 12,60,000. How 12,60,000 is arrived? 15,10,000 minus 2,50,000 long-term capital gain. So it will come. It have been come 12,60,000 up to rupees 2,50,000. No amount of tax. From 2,50,000 to 5 lakh, that is 2,50,000 at the rate of 5%. So 2,50,000 into 5% is equal to 12,500. And up to rupees 10 lakh, from 5 lakh to 10 lakh, that is on 5 lakh, the amount of tax at the rate of 20%. So 5 lakh into 20% is equal to 1 lakh. 1 lakh. And rest amount 2,60,000. 2,60,000. 2,60,000 का 30%, 26 3 जा 78,000. So 78,000 is given. So 78,000, 1,12,500. That will be come 1,90,500. 1,90,500 plus 50,000 will come 2,40,500. HEC is calculated at the rate of 4% on rupees 2,40,500. That will come 9,620. 9,620 plus tax liability. So it will become at the rupees. It will become at the rupees 50,000. 1,90,500 is equal to 2,40,500 plus 9,620. Hello students. So after this 4% HEC is calculated. So 4% HEC is calculated on the amount of 2,40,500. So 2,40,500 plus 9,620 is equal to 2,50,120. So after deducting the TDS 1,000, 2,49,120 will be as a tax liability. So after this, there are calculation of the installment under section 211. So 2,49,120 for 15% of 2,49,120 is equal to 37,368, and 30% of 2,49,120 74,436. After second installment, third installment will become 74,436, and after third installment the tax liability as advance 62,280 will become. So dear students, after the computation of this tax liability of this question, we should have about the knowledge of the how to compute the advance tax, how compute the advance tax installment. So I am going to discuss again with the help of case number 3rd. In the case number 3rd, Mr. X has a income as under. Mr. X has a income as under compute his tax liability for the assessment year 2025-26 if he opts the optional tax regime. Optional tax regime means old tax regime. Optional tax means shifting out the default tax regime. So dear students, income under the head of salary is given in this question 5,35,000. Income under the head of house property is also given 2,45,000. Income under the head business and profession is also given rupees 30,000. Long term capital gain rupees 1,10,000. Short term capital gain rupees 25,000. Casual income rupees 55,000. And deduction allowed under section 80C to 80U 25,000 also given. With the help of this question, with the help of this problem, I am going to discuss how the tax liability is computed as well as advance payment of tax under the section 211 of Income Tax Act 1961. Dear student, with the help of this slide represents the total income and gross total income of Mr. X. So first of all, we should write computation of total income in first line, in second line of Mr. X, and third line for the assessment year 2025-26. Dear student, income under the head of salary 5,35,000, income under the head of house property 2,45,000, income under the head business and profession 30,000, long term capital gain under section 112A 1,10,000, short term capital gain rupees 25,000, casual income winning from lottery 55,000. So dear students, these are included to each other. Income from salary head, house property head, business profession head, capital gain head and other sources all are given. So under the 5 heads in this question, the income of 5 heads are given. So after including the 5 heads, the gross total income arrive 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs. This is the 10 lakhs, and deduction under section 80C to 80U is given in this question 25,000 also. So after deducting the amount 25,000, the resulting figure is called the total income. Total income is 9,75,000. So 9,75,000 is called the total income. It is given under section 2 subsection 45 of Income Tax Act 1961. This has been come after the deduction out of gross total income. So dear students, in this slide on rupees 9,75,000 the tax is computed. Total income is given in this question 9,75,000. 9,75,000. So in the case of 9,75,000, 1,10,000 is a long term capital gain. 1,10,000 is a long term capital gain. So 1,10,000, 20% of 1,10,000 is 22,000. Next, casual income. In the case of casual income, 55,000 is casual income is given. So 55,000, 10%, 30% of 55,000 under section 115BB. The rate of tax on casual income is generally given. So 16,500 has been come from tax at the rate of 30% on rupees 55,000. So then and rest amount will have been come rupees 8,10,000. How 8,10,000? 9,75,000. 9,75,000 minus 1,10,000 minus 55,000. So 1,10,000 and 55,000, 1,65,000, 1,65,000, 1,65,000 will be minus from 9,75,000, that will be come 8,10,000. 8,10,000. So in the case of 8,10,000, it will be calculated with this slab rate. With this slab rate. So in the case of slab rate, so generally on rupees 2,50,000, the tax amount will be nil. On rupees 2,50,000 at the rate of 5%, 12,500. On balance rupees 8,10,000 minus 5 lakh is equal to 3 lakh. 3 lakh का 20%, 60,000. 3,10,000. 3,10,000. 3,10,000. 3,10,000 का 20%, 62,000 plus 12,500 is equal to 74,500. So 74,500 had been come. It is given on the slide. So 74,000 plus 65,500 tax on casual income plus 22,000 tax on long-term capital gain will be included. Then finding value will be treated as a tax before the cess. 1,13,000. So 1,13,000. 1,13,000 का 1,13,000 का 4% HEC to 4,520 will come. So 4,520 will come. So 1,13,000 plus 4,520 will be 1,17,520. 1,17,520 is the total amount of the tax. So total amount of the tax will be 1,70,520. So 1,70,520 first installment is 15%. So first installment is 15%. So 15%. This is 15%, and second installment 30%. So 1,17,520 into 30%. Third installment is also 1,70,520 into 30%, and fourth installment 1,17,500 17,520 1,17,520 into 25%. So dear student, this is the way to calculate the amount of advance payment of the tax regarding to the case number 3rd. So in this class, case number 1, case number 2, case number 3, all are related to the advance payment of the tax case. So dear students, it is my humble submission before all of you, these types of calculation directly help to promote you, to help you the computation of tax liability. Computation of tax liability as well as computation of advance payment of the tax. To compute the tax liability, we have full knowledge about the computation of gross total income. We have full knowledge of the gross total income means GTI, and we have full knowledge about the total income, and we have knowledge of the deduction chapter 6A. We have knowledge about the slab rate of the tax under both regime. So dear students, so then after discussing these types of questions, after discussing these types of cases, I hope you got each and every point. You got regarding to the each and every point of the tax rate, slab rate, total income, gross total income, and advance payment of the tax installment. So with hope, with such types of hope, you all got each and every point. If any query, confusion, so without any hesitations, you can contact further. These types of provisions are generally changed by the government, but basic provision, basic terminology is not changed mostly of the government, by the government. So dear students, it need to do the practice so that you all have adequate knowledge how to calculate the volume of the tax and other things. So thanks to all of you for your nice cooperation. Thanks to all of you for nice listening and support, and hope I will meet in further class with the further heading, with the further heads of the income, with the further provision of the income tax provisions, generally TDS, tax deduction at sources, income tax authority, tax collection at sources, and many of the other things are left. So I will meet in next class with the next topic. So thanks again to all of you.